This is a staple in my collection. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not gonna happen. I can guarantee that. But you have to like this type of scents. It's very creamy, it's very buttery. I can't even begin to tell you how many compliments I got. It's so good. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle. I review fragrances. So if you are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you are one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here today. So guys, if you don't know me from Instagram, I highly encourage you to follow me there at GB_fragrances, because my content is slightly different. Of course, it's also fragrance related, but it's not a copy paste from what you see here on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss my content, please follow me on Instagram, and also don't forget to hit the bell button here so you won't miss my upcoming videos on YouTube. So guys, today is all about transition fragrances from summer to fall. So I have fragrances that I would love to share with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and without further ado, let's get started. So the first fragrance I have on my list today is Kayali Vanilla 28. So honestly, since this has been one of the most reviewed fragrances in the last 3 years, I don't think I can say something completely groundbreaking or different, but I still think it's a beautiful fragrance. And regardless, all of us give a different twist. We all have different opinions. This is a completely different vanilla. This is not the typical pastry type of vanilla. This is not the typical ultra yummy gourmand vanilla scent. This is different, and I love it for that. I think that's part of its success, and it is like the perfect canvas for layering. Vanilla 28, it's chocolatey. It has like a chocolatey accord, even though I haven't seen chocolate listed as part of the formulation, but still it's very chocolatey, and it's also very different. As I was saying, one of the notes here is brown sugar. In sugar in perfumery as a note, conversely to what many people might think, sugar is not that sweet. It's not like the sickly sweet or the pastry sweet. Usually gourmand fragrances, if you pay attention, you don't see brown sugar or sugar in the composition. You see other notes. You see marshmallow, you see cotton candy, you see other notes, but brown sugar is different. Sugar as a note and brown sugar even more different, to a point that if this fragrance had a texture, I would say it would be crystallized sugar, because you can even smell those crystals. It's so beautiful. And I think the brown sugar here is key to balance an otherwise extremely sweet fragrance. I think Vanilla 28, it's perfection in a bottle. It's really good. I rarely wear Vanilla 28 on its own. It's a very soft fragrance. It's pretty long lasting on my skin, but I use this fragrance a lot as a tool because I use it for layering purposes. I think this vanilla, it's perfect to layer with woodsy fragrances, especially sandalwood fragrances that are creamy. I wouldn't say cedar, that tends to be drier, especially Atlas cedar. It's very woodsy, it's very elegant, but it's pretty dry and makes fragrance lean more on the masculine side, while sandalwood, it's creamy, it's more buttery, and I think this combines extremely well with sandalwood fragrances. It's so good. It's fluffy, it's sugary, but again, it's not sickly sweet. It's not like a cotton candy type of sweetness. It's not like a pastry type of sweetness. It's a very elegant vanilla. I think this is one of the most elegant vanilla fragrances you can find. And it's musky as well. It's also floral, but it doesn't smell like flowers. I think the floral notes here add femininity without adding scent. This is definitely a vanilla fragrance. It's an ambery fragrance. It's musky, but it's not floral, even though it has floral notes in the composition, but they are not dominant at all. And even if you don't like floral fragrances, you will still enjoy this one, Kayali Vanilla 28. Coming up, guys, I have Caban by YSL. I think this is the perfect sandalwood fragrance to transition. In fact, it's one of the few sandalwood fragrances I have that I also wear during the summer. My bottle is full because this is my second or third bottle. It's been my signature scent since 2016-17. My two go-to sandalwood fragrances are Cabin and Santal Blush by Tom Ford. And this is a staple in my collection. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very creamy, it's very buttery. It's not uncommon for woodsy fragrances to be dry and lean more on the masculine side, especially when you see notes like cedar, and in particular Atlas cedar. It's kind of dry and it's a very, very elegant note. However, it can be dry and masculine leaning. Well, here we have sandalwood, and not any sandalwood. We have the gold standard, which is Mysore sandalwood from the Mysore region in India. And due to excessive harvesting, the government decided to cut it off. So it's really, really hard to find. It's extremely expensive. But you know, as I was saying, it's the gold standard when it comes to sandalwood. It's very creamy, it's buttery, it's sweet, it's intoxicating. Conversely to what happens with Australian sandalwood, which is more used in perfumery nowadays because of what I just explained. Mysore sandalwood, it's very expensive and became more difficult to get. So Australian sandalwood is a great sub, but it's drier, it's not as buttery, it's not as creamy, it's not as sweet. So it's a great note, but it's not the same. Another thing that makes this fragrance different and perfect for this transition period is that usually woodsy fragrances tend to be dark and spicy and opulent, but Kayali is nothing like that. It's airy, it's clean, it's light, but it's very, very long lasting. It's more like a skin scent. It projects an arm length in the first hour and a half, but then it becomes a skin scent, but it's cozy, enveloping, it's very cocooning. Everyone who smells this fragrance on me loves it. And I had to write the name down several times. So even though it's a skin scent, people can smell it. It's a great day or nighttime type of scent. Oh my God, I need to wear it on my skin. It's glorious. I can't get enough of this fragrance. If you love this type of scents, buttery, creamy, sandalwood, woodsy, but more specifically sandalwood fragrances, if you like those type of scents, you will love Cabin and you will never get tired of it. That's why it is perfect as a signature scent. Remember, if it is a signature scent, it's something that you want to wear anytime, any day, for any occasion. And sometimes certain fragrances are exquisite, they are spectacular, but they can be a little bit too much and you can end up getting tired of it, right? But with Kayali, it's not gonna happen. I can guarantee that. But you have to like these type of scents. You know, when people talk about accessories, that they say, this is a perfect accessory to dress up or dress down an outfit. Well, this is exactly what Kayali does. It can dress up or dress down any outfit. It leans more on the sporty side, I would say, but it's also very elegant, and you can wear it, of course, even for a wedding, but it's a little bit more sporty, but very, very, very elegant as well. So yeah, Cabin by YSL. So the next transition fragrance on my list is La Tulipe by Byredo. So you might be surprised by this one because it's a floral fragrance, but it's not your typical floral. As everything Byredo does, every fragrance from this house has a uniqueness component that I truly, truly love, especially when we pay these price tags. We want something more unique, right? So there's nothing generic or basic in any Byredo fragrance, and this is no exception. Although La Tulipe is a floral fragrance, it's not your typical floral scent. It's very modern, very contemporary, nothing vintage smelling here. It's a very, very modern perfume. It's very clean. There's no aldehydes here, and if they are, I can pick them. It's very, very beautiful. It's a very clean type of floral scent, very avant-garde, as I was saying, very modern. This is a perfect fragrance for transitioning from summer into fall, because although it's a floral scent, it doesn't smell like the typical flowers bouquet, right? Many people, when they say, I don't like florals, I hate florals, they are not talking about this type of floral. They are talking about the typical aldehydic, maybe vintage leaning or heavy indolic type of florals. There's nothing indolic here. There's nothing vintage here. It's a very clean, very different type of floral. That's why I've included La Tulip in this list because it's a fragrance that you can wear all year round. In fact, this is also like my second bottle, and I think my next one will be the big one because it's gorgeous. I wear it all the time. I layer it. It's perfect for layering. Like, it's a perfect daytime or nighttime type of scent. During the night I overspray a little bit, but it's very, very long lasting. It has an incredible projection, incredible sillage. Like, seriously, people follow your trail. So La Tulip is a very feminine fragrance. I don't find this perfume unisex at all. Of course, you can wear whatever you want, but it's a feminine fragrance. However, it's not the girly type of scent. It's not vintage leaning either, as I was saying. So if you like the clean type of perfumes, which is a typical DNA from Byredo, no matter what type of scents from the house you try, they always have that typical clean, slightly astringent in the most possible way DNA. They have that clean DNA, and I love it. So if you like to smell clean and fresh without smelling like laundry, and on the other hand, you don't like the typical cold weather scents, which are more ambery, spicy, opulent, woodsy, then La Tulip is perfect. You have to try it. Oops. La Tulip by Byredo. So the next gem I have on my list is an oriental spicy beauty called Louis Rouge by Louboutin. This fragrance is everything and then some. It's a beauty. The moment you pull the lid, it makes you feel like you are in a Parisian cabaret. It's stunning. It is a very spicy fragrance, but it's not the type of spiciness that feels like a punch in your face. The strongest note here in the opening is cardamom. Cardamom can be very, very strong, but it's also creamy and it's also slightly sweet. I don't know if you ever tried Middle Eastern coffee or Greek coffee, Turkish coffee. They make it with cardamom, and it's what makes those coffees like super exquisite and delicious. Cardamom is a very beautiful note. I love cardamom in the kitchen, but I also love cardamom in perfumery. It's one of my favorite spices. It's never too much. It's never too feminine. It's never too masculine. It has a great quality of balancing any fragrance. And here it's combined with vanilla and iris. So let me tell you about the iris here. So iris can take different avenues in perfumery and can smell completely different depending on, you know, the other notes it's being blended with, right? Sometimes iris is very waxy and it will remind you of a lipstick, for example, very lipsticky, waxy. But other times iris can be more powdery or even leathery, which is this case. More than leather, I would say suede. It smells more suede, like suede. It definitely smells like leather / suede. When you see iris listed as part of the composition, you can expect a fragrance that smells either waxy, powdery, or leathery. Sometimes, as I was saying, it's not leather like the typical animalic leather, but it's more like suede. But still, you will smell that type of accord, even when leather is not listed in the notes. So, and I'm bringing this up because maybe you don't enjoy leather fragrances or suede fragrances. This is very strong in this type of accord. Iris is the epitome of femininity. I'm not even gonna say rose, because in the Middle East, it's very common that men wear rose forward fragrances, right? So I wouldn't say that rose is the epitome of femininity, although it's always associated with women, but no. There are many, many men who enjoy rose-centered fragrances. However, iris is a typical feminine note. It's undeniable. It's very feminine. It doesn't matter. People can wear whatever they want. But I have to tell you, iris is a very, very feminine note. And I think that's what makes the leather accord or even the suede less animalic and more buttery, more feminine. This fragrance smells not only like a Parisian cabaret, but it also smells like an expensive Italian Napa leather jacket. So, so beautiful, so creamy, so buttery, so sophisticated. It's slightly powdery. It's very buttery, although it doesn't have orris. Orris is the root of the flower, right? The flower is iris, the root is called orris, which is also used in perfumery. It's very expensive. It's way more expensive than the flower. And orris, it's like butter. Like seriously like butter, and this doesn't have orris, at least it's not listed, but to me it smells more like orris than iris. So Louis Rouge is a skin scent, but it has a very, very nice presence, I would say. It's not like a skin scent that no one would smell. People would smell it. Even if they don't come super close to you, people would still smell it. But you won't turn heads walking with Louis Rouge. It's basically a skin scent. It does have a beautiful projection in the first half an hour or so, like an arm length projection. But 𝘽𝙧 is very, very soft. And as I said, it becomes a skin scent. However, people will smell it. It definitely has a presence. People who come close to you will smell it. And I can't even begin to tell you how many compliments I got when I wear this fragrance. My husband is not into fragrances. Most of my fragrances, he doesn't like them. He likes certain type of fragrances, especially the more simple ones. But this fragrance drives him crazy. He truly, truly loves this fragrance, and I highly encourage you to try it because it's absolutely beautiful. And the last one on my list is Tabac Rose by BDK. Love, love, love this fragrance. I can't tell you enough how much I love this fragrance. This is a different take on your typical rose scent. It's a rose fragrance, but it has nothing to do with the typical rose perfumes that you probably have in mind. This is combined with tobacco, plum, and chocolate. It's absolutely divine. Does it get any better? Roses and chocolate? Hello? I'm gonna try it. Oh my goodness. This fragrance is, seriously, this is a stunner. If you like the opening, I've got good news because this fragrance is pretty linear. It won't change much from the opening. So this strong dark chocolate accord, it's something that you will keep smelling for the entire time this fragrance remains on your skin. Oh my God. Oh my God. I wish you could smell it through the screen. And I can tell you that even if you don't like rose perfumes, you should try this one because it is so different. Yes, you will smell the rose, but it's combined with tobacco, as I was saying at the beginning, and plum, and especially dark chocolate. And it is very, very present. It doesn't smell like a typical gourmand fragrance. It doesn't smell like a chocolate fragrance, no, but you can smell both notes simultaneously. You can smell the roses and you can smell the chocolate. Oh my God, it's so, so good. I would say this is a grown-up gourmand fragrance, but don't expect this to smell like pastries or anything like that because it's not. It won't smell like that, but it's a grown-up gourmand. It's not extremely sweet, but it's sweet, it's creamy. Yeah, it's very intoxicating. It lasts forever, like 10-12 hours on my skin. It's really, really delicious. It's very different. It smells like nothing on the market. This is another thing that I like about BDK fragrances. All of their fragrances smell completely different. Nothing from BDK smells generic, just like what I said about Byredo applies to BDK. All of their fragrances are very different, very special, very unique. And I think this is my favorite together with Pas Ce Soir. But this one, gosh, I can't get enough. It also has patchouli, but don't be fooled by the patchouli, please. Even if you don't like patchouli, even if you hate patchouli, the patchouli here is very, very friendly and it won't be overpowering. It won't smell like, you know, the typical patchouli that you probably have in mind that many people don't like. The patchouli here it's barely there. It provides some depth. It makes this fragrance slightly earthy, but again, it's a very, very friendly patchouli. Don't worry, even if you don't like patchouli, even if you don't like roses, even if you don't like floral fragrances, you should definitely try Tabac Rose. The dark chocolate note, seriously, it's very, very prominent. And the good thing is that this fragrance, it's not truly complex in that it doesn't change dramatically. Seriously, a must try. It's a great daytime or nighttime fragrance. I would say it leans on the classy side. It's a very elegant fragrance. It has a very strong presence. It's not overpowering, but it's a type of scent that when you wear it, people will smell it. I wouldn't say this is a type of fragrance where you will be smelled before you enter the room. However, you will be smelled after you enter the room. Beautiful fragrance, Tabac Rose by BDK. So guys, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed my video about transition fragrances from summer to fall. Let me know if you would like to see a part 2 because I have way more fragrances than this. But it depends on you guys. I'm here to make content for you. So let me know if you would like to see a part 2 or if you want to see something different. I'm all eyes and ears, so let me know in the comments below what is your favorite transition fragrance, and again, if you would like to see a part 2 or anything else you would like to get from me. Stay safe and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.